Mr. Mashiani, are the accused being fetched?
Yes, ma'am.
Accused may be seated. Mr. Mashiani.
Mr. Purpose, may I call the matter case number SS 026 of 2014 State versus Radovan Krejcir and 5 others. My Lord, the matter is today on the roll for the sentencing proceedings. The appearances, my Lord, we have for accused number 1, Mr. Khrovier.
I think they'll announce themselves. Do you appear for the state?
As the court, sir, my Lord.
Do you appear for the state?
Indeed, my Lord.
Right.
For
Who
the
appears
state
for
is
accused
Mr.
one?
For number 1, we have Mr. Khrovier.
Well, I'll ask them. Let them announce themselves.
As the court.
Yes, who appears for accused one?
May it please the court, my lord. I have been appearing on behalf of accused number 1 and 2. On behalf of accused number 2 as instructing attorney of Advocate van der Heever. As indicated to your lordship via communication through your lordship's registrar, my mandate has been terminated to deal with a specific matter on sentence on behalf of the first accused. I therefore beg leave to withdraw as attorney of record on behalf of accused number 1. May I just also place on record that my last instruction from the first applicant was to request your lordship that he not appear in court in handcuffs and chains. May it please the court.
Well, you don't act for it.
As the court pleases.
When did you notify my clerk that you were withdrawing?
Via email during the course of last week, my lord. I in fact withdrew in writing already last year, at the end of last year, but I have confirmed same during the course of
Yes,
last
so
week.
you've been off record since last year.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Yes. Is anyone appearing for accused one?
I wonder if this might be an opportune moment to address your lordship.
Yes, Mr. Karam.
As the court pleases. My lord, in the course of last week, the state notified Legal Aid South Africa of the impending withdrawal of accused number 1's
The
counsel.
Legal Aid Board or Legal Centre?
Legal Aid South Africa.
Legal Aid South Africa.
Yes.
You are the people who
No.
supply counsel to accused who don't have a counsel.
That is so, my lord. No reasons were furnished, and it was envisaged that the possibility may arise that it was due to lack of funding. Legal Aid, various representatives, including myself, attended at a meeting on this past Friday, that is the 19th of February, at the prison, and had a brief meeting with accused number 1. And it transpires that accused number 1 is neither needy nor indigent, and as such does not qualify for legal aid. And I would respectfully request that your Lordship place that on record.
Well, you've done.
Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you. Who appears for accused 2?
May it please the Court, my Lord, I appear on behalf of accused number 2 together with Advocate Buthelezi and Advocate Simangi, as the Court pleases.
Mr. Spinnerberg.
May it please the Court, my Lord, I still appear for accused 3 to 6.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Correct.
Mr. Krejcir,
My Lord.
what do you propose doing about legal counsel?
Beg your pardon?
What do you propose doing about having legal counsel represent you?
I don't need today legal counsel, my lord.
You
I will
don't need
represent
them?
myself.
You've been advised that you could have them. You've had the legal aid services visit you. Your counsel has visited you. And you know that you can have legal counsel. You decline.
It's not declined, my lord. The legal aid visited me last week on Thursday, and they suggest, according to my information, Mr. Mashiani sent them to visit me. They visited me. They told me that they are here if I need them service. I couldn't lie to them. I still told them that I've got the money on the account of Mr. Nadis Crovier. So they said, in this case, unfortunately, we can't represent you because you are not qualified for us as a client for the legal aid. So these guys actually left. So I couldn't use their services. And regarding Mr. Nadis Crovier, that his mandate is terminated for several reasons, which I can...
Well, it doesn't matter. It's since last year. Is that right?
Sorry?
It's since last year.
Well, it's not since last year. It's I was transferred after in 9th of December to Kokstad prison. I couldn't have any consultation with my lawyers. I couldn't call them. So I had first opportunity to speak to Mr. Nadis Crovier on 6th of February this year.
Yes, and you declined to have his services.
Well, there is a conflict of interest.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
into. You declined to have him,
Yes.
and you declined to approach other lawyers to have them.
I approached other lawyers. I approached 2 different lawyers, which I believe some of them they send you also notification. One of them is Mr. Cliff Alexander, but unfortunately they are not available for today.
And so, what do you propose to do?
I propose to do. I would like to apply for or I would like to have the interpreter, my lord, and I want to launch the application for your recusal from my sentencing procedure.
Well, do it.
Well, I said I need a interpreter
Throughout
by
this-
the section 35(1)(k)
Throughout this-
South African Constitution.
Mr. Krejcir, throughout this trial, which has been conducted in English, you have declined to have an interpreter. Is that not correct?
It's not correct because when I was testifying, my lord, I had an interpreter here. I can try. I can proceed now. I can try, my lord. I can. I'm ready, so we can start. Then, if it's some difficulties, I don't want to waste the court time, and I just want to state it that I'm really the last person who doesn't want to be sentenced or who wants to be sentenced not today. My present conditions are terrible. Since you last time on the appearance on the court
Mr.
speculated
Krejcir,
about my present
Mr.
condition.
Krejcir,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't want to hear about all those things. I want to hear about what's happening today. So you'll carry on.
I can
You will carry on. Or
I
you
can
won't
carry on, and if I see that we have some difficulties because of my poor language, I can apply for the interpreter.
Good,
My lord,
good. Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Mashiani.
My Lord,
Is there a Czech interpreter?
No, my lord.
Well, you must make arrangements to get one in case we need it.
Indeed, my lord.
By no later than tomorrow.
I will do my best, my lord.
All right.
My lord, I just want to put one aspect very clear about the legal representation of accused number one. It is indeed so that Mr. Krejcir withdrew from the record late last year. However, my lord, I have since received a letter from Mr. Krejcir by email on the 27th of January 2016, where he indicated that he has been briefed once more to come on record to represent Mr. Krejcir for the sentencing proceedings. So it is not entirely correct that he withdrew already by last year.
Yes.
However, my lord, I must also clarify that I have received a telephone call, which was followed by an email from my lord's registrar to, last week Wednesday, to the effect that Mr. Krejcir is withdrawing once more from representing Mr. Krejcir. The reasons were not furnished. And as a result of that, my lord, I indeed made a phone call to the head of the Legal Aid Board to see if they cannot assist Mr. Accused number one with legal representation. Hence, Mr. Advocate Karam placed on record that on Friday they went up to see accused number one. But as the development has it today, it would appear that accused number one is able to proceed and has chosen to proceed on his own. I think I'm therefore ready to proceed, ma'am.
Yes.
As the court, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Krejcir, what do you want? Do you want to apply for my recusal?
My lord, the very last things related. Well, I don't believe that after a newspaper article, which was on Thursday, 17th of February, saying that I'm plotting to kill you, my lord, that you, my lord, are not biased, and even if you say that you are not, it's still my perception and perception of other people in general that you are biased, and justice must seem to be done. It's my perception through all the trial that you are the biased. I want to state it that I instructed my previous lawyers, who was Mr. Duplessis and Mrs. Annelien van der Heerwe, that I did ask to launch a recusal application for your recusal several times through all the court proceedings, but they didn't for some reason. And they told me, yes, but for me, as I said, for some unknown reason, they didn't launch this application. I terminated a mandate after that, after the conviction sentence. That was one of the main reasons. And I wish to call them in the box and that they can confirm what I'm saying. So I wish to call Mr. Duplessis and Mrs. van der Heerwe to answer if what I'm saying is correct or not. After your conviction judgment, I appointed new lawyer as Mr. Nadis Krejcir. And my first instruction to him was to bring or launch application for your recusal as well from my sentencing procedure. But he refused as well. So I tried in person to bring this recusal application on the last appearance here for you, my lord, by myself, when I raised my hand in the court, at least for 10 minutes, and to draw your attention, but you completely ignored me, my lord. So I have been prejudiced, and I am able to show you why. So that's the reason why I'm asking for your recusal from my sentencing procedure. Obviously the main reason, because before I will start with all the facts, my application to you to recuse yourself from sentencing procedure is that you are biased, you are unfair, unobjective, dishonest, proven untruthful from record.
Just repeat: biased, unfair,
unobjective, dishonest, and proven on the record that you are untruthful.
And proven to be untruthful.
What is the other one?
Yeah.
I have
What are the
noticed,
facts,
my lord, that
Mr. Krejcir?
you always
Mr.
have to
Krejcir?
Yes, my lord.
What are the facts which underlie those conclusions?
It's facts from the transcript which I have with me. I would like to go through this transcript and go through all this unfairness or biasness from your side. My lord. Well, before we will go to this merits, I know you always asking for the authority. I brought some authority that I can bring the
Don't worry about the
refusal
authority now,
application.
Mr. Krejcir. Don't
Sorry,
worry
my
about
lord.
the authority now. Tell me why I'm biased. You've said because the newspaper published something, and you
No,
perceive.
that's the last things I said in the newspaper. It's not something. It was in the media last week. It was another article that I'm plotting to kill you.
Yes.
And I want to
That found
categorically state it is not
Mr.
true.
Krejcir,
Yes, my
has
lord.
that found that allegation? That's the reason why you say I'm biased.
Well, it's one of the reasons.
What's the other reason?
The other reason is that you always treated differently my counsel compared to the state counsel through the whole procedure, whole the trial.
Yes.
Another reason is for you to putting not once your words to the state witness's mouth.
Put what? My words.
Your words, yes. Through the questioning of the state witnesses,
Yes.
you did put several times your words to the state witness's mouth.
Yes.
One of the also main reason for you to have always those secret confidential meetings with the security people and police, SABC, who was whispering some stories and lies to you, to your ears, without to disclose those fabricated sensational action stories to my counsel. For you to we started when we started on the 8th of May 2014. This courtroom looked like a courtroom. Right now, as you look this courtroom, it looks like a circus related to the security. Because as I remember, we started with the 3 security people. After was 5. After I don't know what happened. But right now, when I turn here, this atmosphere in this court is I don't know what to say. I don't know what is the effects, why so many security people are here. Because as you said, there is the allegation that I wanted to kill you, but it's the same allegation that I wanted to escape. It's the same allegation that I had the gun in my cell and I smuggled this gun to my cell. It's the same allegation like every time before any court appearance in the newspaper, because the facts is that I never been charged for anything what this allegation said. Included all your security stories, what was brought to you, that I want to throw bottle on you and all this.
I don't recollect saying that.
Well, that was, my lord, I want to explain you know, when I went down, one of the appearance, I released this information to the 2 TRT guys, that I'm going to throw next time the bottle of the water on you.
Oh, you said that?
I said that because I wanted to know if this information will come to you.
Well,
It was only 2 TRT guys with me. The next appearance when I came here, you give the instruction that I mustn't take the bottle of the water with me to the appearance. This is what I received. So in my mind, I can see that this information clearly came to you without to disclose this information to my counsel, for example. Okay, there is a, sorry, For you, another reason for you to believe that I organized to kill you before when this court started. From the start, you explained or you mentioned the issue what happened to you on the way home. Then some bullet of chipstone break your window in the car. So I had this was the first moment when I applied for your recusal, and I with my advocate and with my lawyer. And I said, this judge can't continue in my case, obviously. If he believes that I want to kill him, then it's not how it's supposed to be. Because it's not true, obviously. And I don't know what happened with the story. It's on the record, but...
What's on the record?
It's on the record that actually you mentioned that... I will tell you exactly when we go to...
What's on the record is that I said there was no evidence that you had shot me.
Yes, but you see that already that you mentioning my name.
I beg your pardon?
Already, my lord, that you mentioned my name in this case, in this, you know, in this situation, what happened to you, it's irregular. It's unfair. I mean, why will I try to kill you? First of all, and secondly, why did you mention only my name from 6 to accused?
I think there was some issue between you and the complaint that the newspapers were linking it to you.
You see, that's it's another allegation.
Would you just listen to me?
Yes.
And I said, as far as I'm concerned, it's not linked to you. Anyway, we don't need to debate all these things. Yes, what else?
I want to submit that you disclose information about my conviction to your close friends before your judgment.
Who?
It's your medical doctor.
My medical doctor.
Yes. And
Who's my medical
the woman, she was here as
Who's my medical doctor?
Dr. Libos.
Dr. Libos.
Yes.
He's not my medical doctor.
Well, then, if I remember correctly, you mentioned that you know this person very well, and you
I do.
his,
I do know him very well.
Okay. So.
And I've not seen him for that reason since I started with this case and became aware that he might be a witness.
I received the.
Until this date, I have not seen him.
Okay. Well, I received this information from my medical doctor who is working with him. And
who would that be?
Sorry?
Who's your medical doctor?
Dr. Lichtenberg, Milan Lichtenberg.
Well, I don't know about all this, but I have not seen that man.
It might be allegation.
And I've not spoken to him until after your conviction.
Yeah. It's the same, you know, when it's...
Well, you want to know, I'm telling you.
I believe you. I am not...
Well, then that's the end of
I
that.
received this information. They sent even the letter and email to my family that's what happened. So I'm mentioning you one of the reasons when we do this summary.
Yeah, what else?
Look, I believe that last time or previous time you interfere with my prison conditions without any facts. You just speculated that I am still awaiting trial or out-sentenced prisoner, but I should be treated like a convict, like a sentenced person. Yes. I believe that...
I said that in court.
Yes, it's in court.
Yes.
It's in court.
I was told that the law is that you're not treated as that because the section provides that you're awaiting trial until you're sentenced. So that was dealt with.
Yes, but unfortunately you said that I can't have the same rights and privileges as an unsentenced person, as awaiting trial any longer. And that DCS must do something about it. And DCS did something about it. They sent me to Kokstad.
Well, they must do whatever they want. I don't decide that, and I was apparently wrong on the law. Yes. What next?
Another reason is that while my lawyer with Duplessis was representing me, and it was, I think, 3 appearances ago, you had the comment to him that if he cannot explain me that I will be sentenced as soon as possible, that you're going to explain me as you as a Lamont.
As a what?
As you as Lamont. You said to him that
well,
you...
it will be on the record.
Sorry?
It will be on the record.
Yeah, it will be on the record.
I don't
think it's...
Why does that mean I'm biased?
I don't think it's... I think it's irregular. It's, first of all, then...
Why is it irregular?
Because I had my lawyer here and who represented me, so it wasn't any reason to talk to me directly. And secondly, it was irregular because I am not the one who delay sentencing procedure.
Yes. What else?
Your another comment was that I did nothing to proceed with the sentencing procedure related to this money issue, my lord.
What money issue?
There was the issue, if you recall last time, that Mr. Ramuhala, the very same investigating team, blocked this money.
Yes.
I arranged money from my mother. She was those times on ICU in the hospital.
Yes, and what
You
happened
said
to
that
it?
I did nothing to bring this money and proceed the sentencing. So I just want to correct that I arranged this money through my mother. She was on the ICU hospital. To be here in South Africa available on time, and for me to be able to pay my lawyers and counsel, senior counsel, which was confirmed from the Mr. Duplessis that he booked senior counsel Sita Kolbe SC, and she was willing to represent me. She even said that this time she's very busy with another long trial with Mr. Mashiane. I'm sure he's going to confirm as a prosecutor in this trial. But she was willing to prepare in the 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays for me to be sentenced. And I was happy about this. It was arranged, it was confirmed. But when this money arrived, as usual, this money was sent as usual for past 2 years from the same person from my mother.
What's all this got to do with me, Mr. Krejcir?
It's got to do that you said that I did nothing to proceed, but I did everything to proceed, my lord. I did everything possible.
So what does that mean? Mr. Krejcir,
yes,
what does
lord.
that mean I'm biased?
It means that you just speculate, my lord. I mean, you said you did nothing, accused number 1, before any objective facts in front of you, my lord.
Why does it mean I'm biased? That's what I'm asking you.
Yes, you are biased.
I'm biased, right. What else have you got to say?
I want to submit, I believe you are part of this conspiracy, which I was saying from the day 1, my lord.
Which conspiracy?
Conspiracy against me and my family. It's a people that...
when did I become part of this conspiracy, Mr. Krejcir?
I believe that you become part of this conspiracy since you start believing that I want to kill you when the chipstone break your front windscreen, for example.
Why is it a chipstone? You seem to know more about it than I do. How do you know it's a chipstone?
You mentioned this as a one possibility, what could happen to you.
But you choose that possibility as a fact.
Well, I am saying because I know that I didn't do anything, so
no one's saying
and you accuse me. Sorry.
No one has said you've done anything, Mr. Krejcir.
Well,
have I ever said you've done anything?
Well, I had this impression, and you said on the record that I am. You actually discussed this matter only towards me, not to accuse 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 6.
I think at that time there was some complaint about the newspapers or the television or just general in public that they were saying it was you. So I cleared it up that it was not you as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, that's correct.
So what's the problem with that? That's in your favor.
Well, it's in my favor maybe today, but it wasn't in my favor when it happened.
Thank you, Mr. Krejcir. What else have you got?
I believe that you stay in Bedford View, my lord.
How would you know that?
Well,
How would you know that?
I read this in the newspaper, like
You did. Which
Sorry?
one? Which newspaper?
I will come for the next appearance and bring this article.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? Is it too close to where you used to live?
Yeah, it's very close. It's the same. It's the same district where I used to live.
And when did I start living there?
I beg your
When
pardon?
did I start living there?
When?
Yes.
I started living there in
No, not
2008.
you. Me.
I beg your pardon.
Me.
You?
Yes.
What do you mean you, my lord?
You say I live there. I'm saying, when did I live there?
Well, that's what I read in the newspaper. So
What's that got to do with your case?
It's got to do in my case that if it's true that you are in Bedford View and I am from Bedford View, and there was this issue in the media about the petition, people writing petition that
Do you
they
think I
believe
was
that I am
living-
behind some bomb attack, which was the some terrorist attack in the place in the Bedford View where I used to go to this restaurant in the Money Point, and until today no investigation was done related to this matter, because it was attempt of my life, like a second matter, which was another attempt of my life with this red polo. Also, no investigation was done in this case from the state.
Now, what are you suggesting is my role in any of these things?
I'm just, it's not your role. I'm not saying that your role is related to this bomb attack or whatever. I'm just saying that if we live in the same place, because you are reading these newspapers, even though you said that you're not involved with the media, but I will prove to you on transcript that it was untruthful what you said, because one day you said to my advocate Van der Ierwe, Miss Van der Ierwe, did you see yesterday in the news, in the media, how did you wave your hands, for example? And in the 3 months later, you said you never watch the TV related to this case, you never read the articles related to this case, you're not involved with anything related to this case through the media. So I'm saying that one day you're saying, did you see yesterday, I saw you, go and look how you're waving your hands. But after you said, my lord, I never been involved in the, I never watched this
I do
TV.
try and sanitize myself from
For
the
example.
public expression.
So,
But I listen to the news. I hear this morning you said some things, or someone says you said some things, or someone's got an opinion about you.
but my
What
lord,
must I do?
you
Turn it
deny
off?
completely on the
Mr.
one.
Krejcir,
Yes, my lord.
must I turn it off? Can I be sanitized so completely from the public? I can't. I can only, as far as I'm able, disregard all these things.
Well, look, my lord, I
Which are
complained
they?
several times that all these allegations from the media are just allegations and fantastical and sensational stories, because we went through this case for more than 2 years, and there was hundreds of these allegations towards me, but from none of these allegations I was charged or any action was taken. So it was just the fabricated allegations for the newspaper sensational business.
And I'll treat it that way.
I am not convinced, my lord.
Well, that's fine. I understand you where you stand. Yes, what else have we got to say?
I strongly believe, I want to submit that on the end of this case, when you give the conviction judgment, you didn't recognize, purposely you didn't recognize incompetency from conspiracy. We went through the objective evidence, for example, with Mr. Ramuhala or one of my main investigating officer, or Mr. Gininda. These people are proven untruthful people on the record.
Well, the
You even
judgment's
give the strong
delivered.
judgment related to Mr. Ramuhala.
Mr. Krejcir,
Yes, my lord.
that judgment's delivered. You'll deal with it whenever you want to deal with it. If
What
you,
I'm saying,
you said I showed bias by giving that judgment in the way I did, is that your case?
no, I want to say that you are biased, that you deliberately didn't wanted to recognize that it's not incompetency from Mr. Ramuhala, but it's a conspiracy, because if it's incompetency, then he doesn't need to lie under oath. And if it's conspiracy, he's got something to hide.
Yes, thank you. What else?
You mentioned last time, my lord, on the record that it was this case where we're standing, it was very violent and I don't know this word now, but we will go through this. You actually say on the record that we all waiting for the long sentence imprisonment. So you believe we're supposed to have time to prepare, but
Well, that is the threat that faces you, long period of imprisonment. It's a serious threat that faces you.
Well,
and
because
you need to
I never
prepare.
been involved in this case, my lord. And
Yes.
I
What's
am,
the point that you're making?
my point is that you already said that this case is very unusual. This case is very violent. This case is very. I'm looking for this word, but I can't remember.
Well,
this
I
word.
understand what you said.
Yes, and you said that I'm facing the long-term imprisonment.
You are. You're not going to face necessarily a 10 rand fine.
No, I'm not
This
saying.
is not a loaf of bread case for 10 rand.
My lord,
You're facing very serious charges.
which I never did it.
Well, that's a different thing.
I believe that you are biased because you already convict me. I believe that you will not convict me, first of all. So, and I never been involved in this case.
Yes.
So, that's why, I spent already more than 2 years in the custody for something which I never done. So, in these regards, if I'm hearing that you're saying is very violent, I am this dangerous criminal who will face the long-term imprisonment, then I'm not happy about it. I believe that you are biased, you are
Well,
unobjective.
obviously you're unhappy about it. Anyone who gets convicted and keeps denying that he did something is unhappy. I
Well,
expect
maybe
you to,
somebody
I
is-
expect you to be unhappy, but does that mean I'm biased?
It
That's
means
the
that
point.
you are biased, that you convict me, even though I know that I never been involved in this case.
Yes, yes. What else have you got?
I want to say, my lord, that when I read the conviction judgment, me and the rest of the co-accused being convicted based on the testimony of Peter Musimang and complainant Lukele, basically. There is no one objective piece of evidence against me.
Well, you can deal with all of that in due course.
Okay, we will deal all of them in due course.
Unless you say it has a bearing on me being biased, which
I
you
beg your
said
pardon, my lord?
unless you say it has a bearing on me being biased, which you say I am because I convicted you.
Yes, based on the testimony of the two people, without any objective piece of
Well,
evidence.
the judgment is there; it speaks for it. I'm not going to debate the judgment with you.
That's we will go through it when I go through the judgment.
Mr. Krejcir, while you look at that, may I just deal with something?
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Karam, do you have any further reason to be in court?
No, my lord.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for tendering the services of the legal assistance to the accused, and you
Thank
may
you,
be
my lord.
excused from further attendance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I use the opportunity to also to
And
request
you
excuse.
similarly, Mr.
Thank
Favier,
you.
thank you. You may also. But are you not staying as the instructing attorney of the accused too?
My lord, I
Voice over.
The whole transcript. So I I wish to be allowed to, if you can maybe give the court order that tomorrow I will be able to bring the transcript and we can go through it.
I don't propose going through the transcript page by page on your recusal application.
Well, there is the facts in the transcript, my lord, that I want to.
Well, you'll tell me what they are to the extent that you say they are there. You've told me many of them. What else do you have? And I'm aware of what's in the record. Yes, what else do you have, Mr. Krejcir?
My lord, that was only summary what I told you. Now I would like to go through the transcript, through the whatever I said to confirm exactly what was the words, what you used, and like I said, you used you put the words in the witness's mouth. I want to exactly explain you what I mean by that. So I really need this transcript to be available for me, that I can all this summary what I told you now to be proven word by word from you. I can do my homework. I did my homework. That I don't need to bring the 6,000 pages. I will bring only 100 pages, which we will be done in the 1 hour, for example. Then that will be end of my application.
You're applying for a postponement to produce further evidence.
Yes, my lord, because
Is that your application?
Yes, my lord.
Thank you. What do you have to say, Mr. Mashiani?
Well, I'm in the position to respond as regards the.
I'm asking you, what do you have to say about the application for postponement to get the record? Do you think he needs to get the record, or you don't
No,
think
my
he
lord,
needs to
I
get the
don't need to get the record. I think
record? The record speaks for itself.
Mr.
Right,
Krejcir
thank
has
you.
sufficiently made his case.
Thank you. Application for postponement refused. Yes, Mr. Krejcir.
That I will, in this case, in this regards, if I cannot be allowed to bring the transcription, then I have nothing to say further.
Thank you.
my lord.
Do you have anything you wish to say about the recusal application, Mr. Mashiani?
Well, look, I do have
You may
something
sit,
to
Mr.
say.
Krejcir.
I just wonder if it's not opportune to give the co-accused a chance in case any of the co-accused want to pursue this kind of application, so that whenever I get to respond, I respond to all the applications that would have been brought.
I don't know. Do you wish to say anything, Mrs. Van den Heever? Spanenberg. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Mashiani.
Thank you, Malot. Malot, it's my submission that the application for recusal should be dismissed. It would appear from Mr. Krejcir's application that he had gone through the various newspaper articles and read the allegations and turned those allegations into facts, which facts do not necessarily apply before this court. I therefore, my lord, apply that the application be dismissed and we proceed with the sentencing.
Yes, Mr. Krejcir, do you have any reply?
My lord, I would like to ask you, can I be unchained here in this courtroom?
It's a security issue.
It's only me who's got these chains.
Mr. Krejcir, it's a security issue which you must approach the relevant authority that chained you.
My lord, I think you are the best relevant authority to, to take this decision.
Yes.
And it's showing you how biased you are if you don't allow me to be unchained.
Yes, Mr. Krejcir.
Yes, my
Thank you.
lord.
Anything else you want to say? Is there anything you wish to say in reply?
I wish to say in reply that my application is correct, is based on the facts. Like Mr. Mashiani saying, I used allegations from the newspapers. There was some, but I stated that I want to go through the transcript. So obviously, if I can go through the transcript, there is not any more allegation from the media, but is a fact on the record.
Thank you. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. In this matter, the first accused, has brought an application for my recusal. The recusal application is based on the fact that there has been wide publicity concerning his threats to attack me and escape, and various other threats, including a previous attack upon me, which resulted in my windscreen being damaged, apparently by a chip, according to the newspapers. None of these matters evidence my bias. I'm not influenced by any of these matters, and in no way do I show any bias in relation to accused one arising out of the publication of his supposed conduct, which has not been established. There are various complaints made concerning my conduct during the course of the proceedings, and also in the fact that I found against accused one in the judgment which I made convicting him, in which I'm accused of making deliberate findings. At no time during the proceedings did the accused bring any application for recusal arising out of his perception that I was biased, and neither did any of his counsel, who represented him fully and completely, deem it appropriate that such applications be brought, and accordingly no such application was brought. I do not believe there is any merit in the fact that the accused currently contends that I'm biased relating to him, and that bias is reflected in the record. There is a submission made that I discussed certain matters concerning his conviction with one Libos. How this could get to the notice of the accused is beyond belief. It is true that Dr. Libos, who examined the accused and made findings relating to his medical condition, which findings were upheld incidentally, and became a consent issue. It is, however, equally true that I've not spoken to this doctor since I knew that he might be a witness, and until after the conviction. As to the security in this court, there are issues concerning the security. Originally, I made a ruling which I proposed implementing, and which was implemented, that the police who appeared in court should not carry long firearms. This resulted in, from time to time, interaction between the police and I, because it became apparent that they wished, regarding the security issue, for long firearms to be used in court. Currently, long firearms are used in court. This is a decision made by the police. It has nothing to do with me. And I dispute that there is any reason for there to be any perception of bias arising out of the fact that there are in court a large number of policemen who are well armed and who are here to protect not only the accused but the persons in this court. That includes the public, myself, and the various legal representatives and other court officials. There is no merit in the application brought by accused one for my recusal, and the application is accordingly dismissed. Right. Mr. Krejcir, what do you want to say about your sentence?
About my sentence,
Just
my
wait,
lord.
just wait, Mr. Mashiani wants to
Before
say.
we get them, I still have proven the previous convictions.
Yes, are there previous convictions?
Indeed, my lord. I must just indicate that it's only accused number 5 who has got the previous convictions.
Yes.
If the court can just bear with me for a minute. Accused number 1, there's no previous convictions.
So the only convictions you propose proving are against number 5?
Indeed, ma'am.
Right. Mr. Spannenberg, are you aware of this?
I am about this.
Yes. Can they be put to the accused?
Sorry, madam.
Can they be put to the accused, or are they admitted?
My lord, I will put them to the accused. I'm just giving the court orderly the SABC 69 for the other accused. My Lord, accused number 5 has got the following previous convictions. In 1998, 18th of December, he was convicted of 2 counts of theft. And on count number 1, he was fined 1,000 rand or 3 months imprisonment. On count number 2, he was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment, wholly suspended for a period of 5 years on condition accused is not convicted of theft committed during the period of suspension. The second one, Malota, was in 2007, May the 8th. He was convicted of contravention of Section 29 of read with subsection Regulation 85(4) of the Road Traffic Act for exceeding the speed limit. He was fined 3,000 rand or 30 days imprisonment. Those are the only previous convictions. I guess that is number 2.
Accused number 5, you mean?
Sorry, number 5, my lord.
My Lord, these SAP 69s are not fully accepted as 2 counts of theft. It's only 1 count that the accused is accepting.
And does he accept the road traffic contravention?
Correct.
Right. So you accept that or not, Mr. Mashia?
I do accept, my lord.
Right, so which count does he admit? The fine, the count he got a fine for, or the other one?
It's for the speed.
And then the previous one, he admits
Not admitting the theft.
he's not admitting the one with the fine.
Correct.
The one with the fine. Not, yes, okay. Yes, Mr. Mashian, is that all?
That is all, my lord.
Accused one. Yes, what do you wish to say in amelioration of your sentence? You have an opportunity to tell me whatever you want to say.
Regarding the
You can
sentence
lead some evidence and you can yourself give evidence if you wish.
Regarding my sentence procedure, my lord, I wish to launch the application to have the legal representation because it's not only sentence, it's also leave to appeal.
No, it's not leave to appeal, it's sentence. You told me you didn't want legal representation.
No, I said I didn't want to launch the application for your recusal. I'm now talking about the sentencing. I said I arranged my lawyer, my lord, the lawyer for the sentencing, which is Cliff Alexander, which he informed you is he is my lawyer, but he couldn't be present today. And I didn't have sufficient time to consult with him right now.
Yes.
I've got the rights. I believe I'm entitled to have the legal representation of my choice.
You are.
To choose and consult.
You are.
Which I
But you
choose
have
the
to-
lawyer for the sentence.
Mr. Krejcir,
Yes, my lord.
would you listen to me? You are entitled to have a lawyer, but you have to take steps to get him here at the right time. So
Well-
you've had plenty of time to arrange this.
I didn't have plenty of time, my lawyer.
Why not? Why did
my
you not
lord.
have plenty of time?
I mentioned.
When did you appoint Alexander?
I appoint him on the
November, December, January, February?
it was January, my lord, if I'm not mistaken.
January.
I was in Kokstad. I couldn't have. I was declined to see my lawyers and speak to my lawyers.
You declined.
Prison. I mean the head of the prison.
They didn't let you see him.
They didn't let me see him. They didn't let
Ever?
me. He let me see him for 20 minutes once. After when I asked him to call him, they never allowed me to call him. I write maybe 50 of the complaints in the prison that I want to speak to my lawyer, and they never allowed me to speak to my lawyer. So I objectively couldn't prepare for the sentencing procedure.
And was Alexander supposed to come today?
I asked him to come today, and he referred to me that he is in the court, in the High Court, with the other matter.
So you knew when you appointed him he couldn't come here today?
It wasn't when I appointed him, because I only realized when I was brought back from Kokstad. When he came to see me in the Zonderwater, he explained me.
Mr. Krejcir,
Yes, my lord.
you knew all along today was the day, since last year?
No, it's not. Yeah, about this day today, yes, I did.
Yes.
I did, yes.
So you knew it was today?
Yes, I'm saying that...
So when you appointed him, you had to find someone who could come today, am I right?
Well, I spoke to him only on 7 of February, when he came to visit me in Zonderwater. We also never been allowed in Zonderwater to consult in private.
When did you go back to Zonderwater? You say you were there on the 7th?
Yeah, on 6th.
6th?
Yes.
Till now?
Yes, till now.
Yes.
So he's appointed as my lawyer. As I said, I also saw the criminologist. I arranged the criminologist, Mr. Zain. He came visit me in the Zonderwater. Unfortunately, he wasn't allowed to see the victim by this investigating officer, Mr. Ramuhala. So he didn't meet the criminologist didn't meet the victim yet, even though he tried several times to arrange this meeting, but unfortunately Mr. Ramuhala never arranged this meeting. I also have the one point that my diaries, which was related to whole case, my diaries was taken from me by the prison authorities.
When?
It was taken on 27 of September 2015. It was the diaries I was carrying every appearance here with my notes related to this case. We launched a High Court application related to these diaries. Unfortunately, I don't have copies. I don't have notes for 2 years when we went through this all this case. I want to say that. Unfortunately, because of this Kokstad, it's not my fault that I couldn't prepare. It's a fault, what I said already in the application for your recusal, that I believe that you are behind this transfer of mine. And secondly, that is a fault of the DCS, that the Department of Correctional Services, that they never allowed me to consult by the instruction from National Commissioner. They never allowed me to meet the lawyers, to speak to them for more than 2 months. And as a proof, I am saying I've got all these...
And you declined Krejcir, who came to work for you?
I beg your pardon, sir?
You declined to have Krejcir, who's a lawyer?
I declined Krejcir, yes, because after the last appearance here, my lord, as I mentioned to you, I raised my hand because I wasn't happy that he didn't bring this recusal application, and there is several different reasons which we are in conflict of interest. It's like a marriage, you know, the client and the lawyer relationship. When you get married, you are happy. When you go divorce, everything is changed, but you don't know when it's going to happen, the divorce. So this divorce happened between me and my my lawyer, Nabis Krejcir, since I came from the from the Kokstad.
Yes.
And there is several different reasons. If you want me, that I can mention it.
Well, you declined to have him for whatever reason.
I beg your pardon?
You declined to have him. I mean, that's
Yes,
what I
yes.
understand. Right. What else?
So I brought some authority for the rights to have the legal representation, me as by my choice.
Yes, I told you. I accept that you have that right.
Yes, and
But it runs out of time. You don't get it forever. It's like you are allowed to address me. It does not mean that you can sit and address me for the whole year.
My Lord, honestly,
It means that you have to take steps timelessly to obtain a lawyer, and then you can have it. And you've had, in my view, it seems to me you've had a lot of time to do this.
unfortunately not, my Lord, because as I said, I was brought in from the Kokstad on 6th of February. Today is
16 days
22nd.
ago. 16, it's more than 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I spoke to Mr. Cliff Alexander. He informed me we couldn't consult. That was the first problem in private. We couldn't prepare. I called on my own the criminologist. I find the criminologist for my case to be present. He is not ready with the record. This record is waiting for the approval from Mr. Ramuhala, investigating officer, to see the victim to finalize his criminologist report. From my side, from my family side, is done. Everything is only one point that we need to arrange this. He needs to arrange the consultation with the victim.
Thank you. What else?
Then I would like to ask you for the postponement for me to arrange my legal representative by my choice, which we know is Mr. Cliff Alexander, which I mentioned from the start, and I can read on the record just the authority for the postponement if it's necessary.
No, I understand the authority that you're saying.
Yes, that's all, my lord.
Yes, thank you. Do you want to say anything?
Thank you.
Sonyefa?
I've got nothing to add at this point,
Thank
my
you.
lord. There was just one aspect. I don't know if there might have been a miscommunication about the use of the word decline. And as an officer of the court,
Decline.
he used the word decline as vis-a-vis Kokstad. And I don't know if there might have been a misunderstanding with the word. I think what Mr. Krejcir tried to convey to your lordship is that he was not allowed under any circumstances to consult during the period that he was in Kokstad. And he used the word decline in that regard.
How would you know this?
How would I know this?
Yes.
Because it's been reported in the newspapers.
No.
And I've
How
been-
would you know this as counsel?
how
That
would
he
I-
was refused. That he was refused access to his
Because
attorney.
I've been told that by another attorney, my lord. And as an
thank you.
officer of the court, I think I should be placed on record.
So it's all hearsay. We don't know. Yes, Mr. Spanenberg,
I have nothing to add.
Mr. Mashiani.
Maybe as a starting point, I wish to indicate it is not correct that accused number 1 was refused access to a consult at any stage. Now, my lord, he indicates that he was brought to Sonderwater on the 6th of February, which is correctly the position. But since the 6th of February, this marriage that he referred to was falling apart. But he doesn't do anything to get Mr. Alexander to come represent him here. He says, when I wanted Mr. Alexander to come to court today, he indicates to me he cannot make it as he's in another court. But other than that, no further steps are taken to have the accused legal representation here. I have addressed the court at length on the previous occasion that this has become a tendency where we're supposed to proceed with the sentencing, and all of a sudden there's accused number 1 with a reason not to proceed. And this clearly shows that it's a pattern that on the eve of the sentencing proceedings, accused number 1 would fire a legal representative and come to this court to say, I'm asking for another chance. My lord, one should also take into account that the accused was convicted already in August last year. This is now 6 months that he has been convicted. And on almost all the occasions, it was because the accused would fire a legal representative on the eve of the sentencing and then get a new one on board.
I'm not sure that's correct.
That is my submission, my lord. And,
Well, at one stage there were people who had to give reports who were not ready, for example.
yes. But on the subsequent occasions, my lord, it was because of the reason that the accused would fire a legal representative and get another one. Coming again, my lord, to the issue of legal representative, it has been clear that the accused today by himself launched an application for the court's recusal, and which was dismissed. It shows, my lord, that the accused is in a position to proceed with the sentencing. However, he just doesn't want to be to the sentencing proceedings to proceed. I therefore submit, my lord, with the greatest of respect, that the application as made by accused number 1 should be dismissed.
Thank you.
As a court, please.
Any reply?
My lord, I want to categorically state that what Mr. Mashian is saying, that I was allowed to consult with lawyers in Kokstad, is not true. I can provide as objective evidence my complaints, which I'm in possession with. It's more than 50 complaints that I'm complaining. I'm not allowed to call Mr. Cliff Alexander. I'm not allowed to call Mr. Nadis Krovia. I'm not allowed to consult. I want to state it that that's actually correct. And as I said, I apologized before that my poor English is not. So basically,
no, this is not a problem with the English.
When I said deny, it was I meant I wasn't allowed, because if you read it.
How would you count? How would the person who previously acted for you even know this?
Well, what I want to say, all the complaints, more than 50, is as a complaint. I am not allowed.
Inside knowledge through a friend of a friend of a friend, or I don't know.
I don't know, my lord. But I want to say that all my complaints are in the title of the complaints is complaint because I'm not allowed to call my lawyer, or I'm not allowed to consult with my lawyer. It was that's all the right word.
At all.
At all.
You didn't see one lawyer while you were there?
I saw Mr. Alexander for 20 minutes. They chased him away.
Well, you did see him.
Yes, I did see him for 20 minutes. And also related to this lawyer, it's not patent that I'm changing the lawyers. It was the before it was the Mr. Duplessis and Advocate Van Eerden. And I explained that I terminated the mandate because of not bringing this application for your recusal and after the conviction sentencing. After I appointed Mr. Crovier, and he confirmed he's got the money eventually, finally, from this investigating team, which they purposely blocked that I couldn't proceed last time. If I am not mistaken, not other accused was ready to proceed because they still was missing some of the documents and reports. So it's not like Mr. Mashiani is saying that I am trying to delay. I want to categorically state I want to be sentenced as soon as possible to be able to change my prison condition, which they are inhuman and is psychological torture. I wish you to come there and check by yourself to see what I'm talking about.
Am I convicted?
No, just to see because last time you just speculated I've got the rights and privileges, but it's not true. So I wish, and of course I want to proceed with the appeal, so as soon as I'm sentenced I will be more than happy.
Yes.
The last issue is that Mr. Crovier received the money, 250,000, as he mentioned last time, on his account. Finally from the curator or from, I think it was from curator. And I'm still waiting for Mr. Crovier to transfer this money to Mr. Alexander, Cliff Alexander. So this money is the last issue.
Did I not recollect you saying previously during the trial that you had many millions?
Yes, my lord.
Of pounds, I think, of pounds.
No, I didn't say pounds. That's also, I don't know.
Is it pounds or rands?
I said Czech crowns, I think.
Czech crowns?
Yes.
I don't know, how many Czech crowns are there in a rand?
Like, let's say 1 rand is 2 Czech crowns.
Yes, so many millions would be many millions of rand.
Yes, that's
which
correct.
you have in England, I think you said. Where did
no,
you
I
say?
didn't say. That's
or
also
overseas?
some allegation
I don't know. Mr. Krejcir, I'm trying to find
yes,
out.
my lord.
Where is it? Overseas?
It's overseas in Czech Republic, yes.
In Czech Republic?
Yes.
So
this is the part of the money what my mother sent it last time for this, for me to be properly represented.
Yeah, but you have access to many millions of...
Well, that's correct, but she sent it 656,000 for this case.
But you can get more.
It's with Mr. Crovier, so I instruct him to transfer this money to Mr. Cliff Alexander.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
During November 2015, today's date, namely the 22nd of February 2016, was made known to all of the accused. All of the accused were informed that on today's date, the matters concerning their sentencing would proceed. Accused 1 has known since that date that today was the day when he was obliged to produce whatever he wished to produce by way of evidence and to obtain such representation as he required. Subsequently, on 3rd December 2013, there was, as I recollect, an attempt at making a bail application pending the hearing of today. I'm not sure whether or not the accused was present at that hearing, or if he was even represented. The fact is that he knew as of November that today was the day. He claims that he appointed one Alexander to act as his attorney or counsel. Alexander is not present in court and to his knowledge was unavailable to be present in court today. He well knew that if he persisted in the appointment of Alexander, that Alexander would not be, as indeed he currently is not, present today. He consulted during early February, about 6th of February 2016, with one Nardus Rivier, who seems to have thought that he might act for him, and who at one stage apparently did act for him, withdrew his mandate, and was told that he was no longer acting as of 6 February 2016. That is some 16 days ago. In my view, accused 1 has had ample opportunity to obtain legal representation. It is true that an accused person is entitled to be legally represented and properly represented at his hearing throughout, and that it is one of the constitutional rights which he has. It must, however, be recollected that while it is a right of the accused to be properly represented, it is equally the right of the administration of justice to proceed to the end of the trial. There comes a time when there will be no longer any postponements and when the issues which face the accused must be dealt with. Today is that day. The application for postponement is refused. No. Yes, Mr. Krejcir. What do you wish to say concerning your sentence?
I have nothing else to say. Thank you, my lord.
You're entitled to say, to inform me of your personal position by way of evidence or from where you are, or to produce witnesses which should be available.
Then I would like to subpoena the social worker from Zonderwater. And
why is that person not here?
Well,
why have you not done it previously?
My lord, I am not a lawyer, firstly. Secondly, it's my first trial in my life.
Yes.
Thirdly, it's my first sentencing trial in my life.
Yes.
And I wish, I am, as you know, in the hospital section since day one from the arrest. Yes. I wish to also subpoena the medical nurse from the hospital section.
To say what?
To inform you about my medical conditions.
Can you not inform me about your medical condition?
I can't inform you. I need a psychiatrist, psychologist, and psychiatrist woman from the prison. Why have you not taken
steps to acquire such evidence?
I did spoke a lot. I had the first opportunity to speak to the psychiatrist and psychologist last week on Thursday. I did inquire them to if they are ready to come and testify in the court. They told me they will be able to go. They need just the subpoena to call them, and they will come with the evidence as psychologists, psychiatrists, and social workers.
You have known since the beginning in November that you needed witnesses. Why did you not take steps to arrange them?
I knew I was transferred to Kokstad, my lord. I wasn't allowed to call anybody, not only my lawyer. I didn't have any access to anybody. So when I came back on 6th opportunity, I write on 7th of February the request to see the social worker, psychiatrist, and psychologist from the prison, and I was allowed to see them on last week on Thursday. So when I saw them as the first opportunity, I told them that, and they agree to come and bring the evidence in my sentencing procedure.
And did you tell your lawyer, Mr. Alexander, Mr. Krejcir, or the proposed lawyer who came to see you on Friday about these things?
You see, my lord, I was doing everything possible to have the lawyer here today, and as I'm saying, I want to be sentenced as soon as possible.
Well, it's
Also
disputed by the state, Mr. Krejcir. They say, no, you've
I
had...
beg your pardon, my lord?
The state says you've had access.
I didn't. And also, on my personal, I personally find a criminologist, called him there, consulted with him, so he's ready with all the report. And
Well, where is he? Why isn't he here?
Unfortunately, he is waiting for the approval from Mr. Ramuhala to
Well, why
see
isn't he here to say whatever he's got to say anyway?
He expects that this case will be postponed, that he can be able to obtain this evidence from victim.
Why would he expect that? You know there wasn't going to be a postponement, didn't you? Well, not without some serious problem.
I can, if I will be allowed, I can call him, my lord, and tell him to come here.
By when?
Now or tomorrow. I wish if we can. Also, these people from the Zonderwater prison are ready to come and testify. So if you allow me, or if you give the court order for them
I want
to
to
be
know
here.
what they're going to testify about, and I want to know what you have to say about your psychological or medical conditions which make it relevant, and I want to know from you the other personal factors which concern you, like how old you are you married, do you have sort of dependent children, what job do you do, what role did you play in society, all these things I would like you to tell me.
Well, I did tell this to
Well, you can tell me.
Criminologist.
You can tell me. But you say you first, yes?
I said.
Nothing.
I said that.
So you can tell me these things.
The criminologist obtained in his criminologist report also the information from my family.
Well, I'll hear it from you. You can tell me as well.
Well, I can't tell you, my lord, because I'm not a psychiatrist. And
No,
I'm
you
not,
can tell me
I believe I was psychologically tortured for the past 2 years. That's it, what I believe.
Mr. Krejcir, you can
Yes,
tell
my
me
lord.
the facts on which you rely, and I'll deal with them.
The facts,
Yes.
as the medical
How
facts,
old are
I'm
you?
not the medical doctor.
How old are you?
How old?
Yes.
I am 47 years old.
47 years old. And are you married?
Yes,
And how long have you been married?
for past 25 years.
And do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many children?
I do. Is a one son, 23 years old, Dennis,
Yes.
and is another son, Damien, 6 years old.
And is your oldest son self-supporting?
I beg your pardon, I don't understand.
The oldest son, the 23-year-old, is he self-supporting?
What do you mean self-supporting?
Does he look after himself financially?
I don't know, my lord. I
You don't
not
know?
think- They've been deported from this country.
So you don't know? Do you know or you don't know?
I don't know.
And with whom does he live?
He's living with his wife.
He's married.
He's married.
And does he work?
He is studying, my lord.
And then who pays all his bills?
Well, it's my mother, I'm sure. It's
Out of these millions?
yes.
And your 6-year-old?
He is gonna start school next year.
And who does he live with?
He's living with the mother
And
and also with his brother and brother's wife.
and how does he cope financially?
I beg your pardon?
Who pays his bills, his expenses?
The little one.
Yes.
I'm sure that it's from these millions.
And where do they live? Where? Which country do they live in?
They live in Czech Republic.
And do you work?
Beg your pardon?
Did you work prior to coming to being incarcerated, to being put in jail?
No, my lord, I didn't work.
Not work. And
I
what?
stopped working in 2005.
Since 2005.
Yes, my lord.
And what did you do before 2005?
Well, I went to school after the high school, after the university. I had this degree of the economy, and in the meantime was the Velvet Revolution in our country, so I started my own company meantime, and I was part of this privatization in Czech Republic, where I had this opportunity to legally make this money. After I had a real estate agent, a company, printing company, and others. Since I felt that I don't need to work any longer, then I stopped working.
In 2005.
In 2005, yes.
And were you in the Republic in 2005?
Yes.
So did you work in the Republic at all, ever? Our Republic, South Africa.
No, I thought if I was in Czech Republic.
No, I mean South African Republic.
No, I came to South Africa Republic on 21st August, April 2007.
So you've never worked in this country?
No, I never worked in this country.
And what can you tell me about your medical condition?
That's why I asked to be here, the psychiatrist and the psychologist, because, as I said, I'm not a doctor.
No, but you know what affects you.
Well, I'm from the day one in the hospital, from the day of the arrest, which was 22nd of November 2013.
Since your arrest in where?
I was arrested in Bedford View.
No. Since your arrest, you said you were in the hospital. It was in the hospital
I was
section.
placed in the hospital section in Koshimampuru, Pretoria prison. I stayed there for 15 months in hospital section.
And why were you put there?
Well, the main reason why I was put there was the urgent application what my lawyer brought because of this torturing of Mr. Ramuhala when he arrested me. After this medical report of the doctors, they said that I've got some several medical problems, but I can't specify them. And after that, when I stay in the hospital, they discovered this mania depression illness, which I'm on chronic medication for past 10 years.
The past 10 years?
Yes, my lord.
But you said they discovered it?
Discovered
they
it there.
became aware of it?
Yeah, they wasn't aware of it. I said, what I understand, I was placed in this hospital section because of this High Court order, and that was related only for the injuries and may I be allowed to have the interpreter, my lord? Because of this medical terminology, it's really difficult for me, and I can't continue with this.
Well, what is the word that you're looking for?
Well, that I can tell you in Czech language.
Yes.
So it's já bych potřeboval, abys yeah, well, it's not going to tell you anything.
You say it was some kind of depression.
No, that's not relating. It was some mania. I don't know exactly, but it's not why I need an interpreter now. I want to explain all my feelings and all my stages when I went through since I was arrested. And it's some medical terminology which I need to be able to explain to you.
Yes. It became apparent during the course of your trial that you were diabetic, according to you.
No, it was also another allegation, my lord.
Was that untrue?
It's not true. It was the main problem I had also with high blood pressure. I'm the chronic patient for high blood pressure.
Yes.
I had previously the bladder cancer. And related to this medical issue, I really wish to have the opportunity to continue maybe tomorrow with the interpreter, please, my lord.
What else do you have to tell me about your family relationship or your situation in society, which you believe I should take into account in punishing you?
Well, it's a lot of things which I spoke to this criminologist for maybe 12 hours, and he made this report, all these reports. So, if I am allowed to,
he was with you for 12 hours.
I beg your pardon.
He was with you for 12 hours.
Yes, my lord.
Was that at the prison?
Yeah, it was at the prison. But it was on several occasions, not like once.
Several occasions. What,
Yes.
like an hour at a time?
Yeah, like 3 hours or 2 hours, and
So maybe 5 or 6 times.
maybe 4 times. Yeah. I must check properly.
No, roughly.
Yeah, I can bring you exact date and times.
About 4 times. Is this in February?
Yes, it was the last opportunity I have to speak to him was on Friday, my lord, 2 days ago, when he informed me that he severally tried to contact Mr. Ramuhala and make the arrangement. He said apparently that he will come back to him, but with this arrangement to see the victim, maybe it's arranged already today.
I beg your pardon?
Maybe it's arranged already today. I don't know, because I didn't have opportunity to speak to this criminologist. So on Friday, when I saw him last time, he informed me that he did several attempts with Mr. Ramuhala, but he's ignoring him for some reason.
Yeah.
But from as I said, from all these details, as also medical details, is in this report. So I believe that this sentencing procedure is for 4 days. I might be able to bring tomorrow whatever he's got ready and present on my behalf, or he can present even without the victim statement or victim result of the consultation. And I might try to also convince this psychiatrist and psychologist to be here as well on my behalf.
Thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
Ramuhala. Mr. Mashiane. So I have before me a request to stand the matter until tomorrow for witnesses, and to stand the matter tomorrow for the interpreter. So what do you say about for witnesses, and what do you say about for the interpreter?
I've got no objection.
No objection to it
No
standing.
objection to the
Do you have any objection to it
I've got
standing?
no objection.
It means that you'll be interposing. Do you have any objection to interposing? It means I'll require you to carry on while the other matter stands down, Ms. van den Heever.
My Lord, I do have a problem with that. I've also been handed
Well,
something.
then that has a serious impact on whether I allow it or not.
Yeah.
So what's your prejudice if I stand it down and require you to carry on immediately?
My Lord, may I at this stage ask for a very brief adjournment? It's for a personal reason too, and I need to hand something over.
No, I
5
need
minutes.
to deal with these issues, Ms. van den Heever. We
Yes,
can't
I will
just...
then I will deal with it,
adjourn.
my Lord. I do not believe there's any prejudice to anybody if I ask that the matter stand down for a few minutes. We have gone past the tea time.
Yes, we've gone past the tea time because I'm trying to finish this matter.
Yes, I do understand that, my lord.
Right.
I again bring an application to the court that the matter stand down for a short while.
How much is a short while?
10 minutes.
Spannenberg?
I'm very prepared to.
Yeah, so you can be interposed. Right. So we'll take a 5-minute tea adjournment, and then we'll decide whether we're going to carry on with you, Ms. van den Heever, or with Mr. Spannenberg. Court adjourns for 5 minutes. The accused are to go down. The accused are to be removed. Court adjourns.
I've got only the originals, not I'm going to like the originals. Oh yeah, no, those are can handle up. Come take them. I thought you wanted the extra one, but I gave it to them. I told them I don't have extra one.
You have copies of the court, that's all. Oh, the originals of the court, sorry. My
Number 3, 4, 5, and 6.
there must be 5 reports.
You also want those
Naphela sisunjani? Bengakafiki.
sorry? You want to enter the question? No, it's fine. There's the you also want to suitability reports? I'm good. Another, you also want the suitability reports as well? Remember there was a suitability report at the
Yes. Yes.
Wat is die afspraak met Mansell? Erken hy die inhoud van die verklaring? No, that's the point. I don't know. I'm sure the judge might. Hold on, Denise. Mr. Mashiani is not here.
All right, good.
accused may be seated. Mr. Mashiani, I see you standing.
Yes, my lord. My lord,
Sorry, what did you accuse now, Mr. Khrubiya?
Cocaine.
Sorry.
I asked the security
Yeah, sorry, I just see things changing. I see you moving around with a bag in court coming from the cells and handing things.
At the rate of 2.6%. However, honorable members, our growth has slowed down quite dramatically in 2015 as a result.
the court will recall that on the previous occasion, it was indicated before this court that amongst the reasons that accused number 1 sought for postponement was to subpoena a nursing sister from the correctional service. I've just been informed that indeed the subpoena was issued and the nursing sister is here to give evidence. So we can proceed to deal with that part.
Yes.
And then the other portions we can deal with at the later stage.
Yes.
As the conclusion.
Mr. Krejcir, apparently one of the witnesses which you said you wanted to have is here. Right, so do you want to call her?
Yes, please.
Right, where is she?
Miss Capella. Outside.